And were you dating then before the accident, and are you dating now? And how did just that affect maybe how you're processing, like,
Yeah.
love from a relationship standpoint? Because I can say you're a bubbly person, loving and
Yeah.
everything. So
I thought you wouldn't ask.
I'm just seeing the smile when I ask that question. You're like, huh?
So I was dating then,
Mm.
but then along the way, everyone went their own way because there was just a lot of, like I said, unprocessed emotions. I didn't realize I was falling into depression. So, yeah, we ended things at a kind of bad note or a good note, wherever. It was more of those relationships where this is just not meant to be, or
It's not. It's no longer
it's no
working.
longer working. Because if someone maybe loved you because of your physical appearance, then that means now because I have scars, then it's pretty much difficult for you to love me or sort.
Yeah.
And the second question, am I dating? No, I'm not dating. Because by dating, we do mean like having one person maybe you're trying to get to know.
Even if you're having many, that's up to you. I mean, listen. I mean, I'm not here to
I mean,
judge
I'm
you
getting
or
to know.
point fingers.
I
I
mean,
know.
I wouldn't say I'm dating. I'm courting, where I'm single, but I am open to having a conversation. I'm open to having to go on a date. I'm open. I have an open heart, and by that I mean
What the hell does that even mean now?
an open
I
heart
just have
means
an open heart. When I asked you about if you're dating someone, I will stop playing games.
your disclaimer.
But yeah, okay, like what's your approach now? Because I'm just trying to, even the reason I'm asking that, it's like, when you're saying like at that moment, maybe before the accident, you're like, okay, maybe this person just
Yeah.
is not ready to bear with me in case of like other changes and everything. But right now, after experiencing that, now I'm sure you're looking at other characters in a person
Definitely.
apart from them, just like, just looking at you and just drooling. Because, you're like a painting, model thing, nini. So,
Yeah. Well, for me right now, I like I said at the beginning, there is more to us than what we go through. And for me, I realized I had to find love within me. What do I mean by that? I had to realize that I had to love myself. Not even I had to. It came to a realization where I had to pour myself so much, because constantly I had been pouring from an empty jar or maybe a half full. So I was just, even right now, I'm constantly pouring on myself. So it definitely made me have a very personal, intimate relationship with myself, knowing who I am, knowing what makes me angry, knowing what I can tolerate, knowing if I go this way is going to trigger me, knowing that if I go this way, I'm prone to maybe my traumas coming up. So for me, when I'm looking into those things in a person, I'm like, if this person cannot go beyond the physical realm or what he sees, then probably won't work out. But if you're a deeper person, you're driven with more than what we see with these our physical eyes. Like I said, it made me work on myself thoroughly. And there are things I can't tolerate, and there are things I can't compromise. And there are also those things I know that, it's all right. But then it has made me just know who I am. And when it comes to love, I know the kind of love I am deserving of. And I can't settle for less than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still on that note, so what type of guys are you into? Because, now when you're saying you're not in a relationship and, you're still trying to figure out communicating and everything, what kind of guys?
I never saw that coming. Well, what kind of guys?
Yeah.
Intelligent. I do love an intelligent man. I mean, we all do. But most importantly, a very God-fearing person. Because for me, I normally say this, or I've been saying this, for me, for anyone to access me, they gotta go through my creator first, or they gotta at least know God,
Yeah.
and they gotta have that.
So they talk to God kwanza before they come to you.
Yeah, bro, that's it. Kama sivo, tricky.
Yeah, but I understand.
But just to have a guy who has a constant, or not even constant, that who is aware that it doesn't have to be Christian or anything, because one thing I've realized with religion, it's tarnished, and that's a whole podcast on its own.
Yeah.
So let's just stick to these where, as long as you're, not as long as you're spiritual, tunaweza kuwa na mapepo. You know, when you say
Walking
spirits,
around with demons.
hey, I saw someone saying, hey, don't be out here loving someone. Could be they be having all sorts kind of demons.
True.
But more of a grounded person. Like, you have to be really grounded. Just know what you want, who you are. Because you can't say, Ati, you want to love me and you don't love yourself fast enough, or you've not even processed your own traumas and your healing, and like you're not of like ujijui. For you to you gotta know yourself.
Yeah.
You have to know what makes you happy, what drives you, what makes you want to wake up in the morning. Like, you have to have that that's getting to know yourself kind of thing. Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
And then just another question, like, of course, because you've touched